Alrighty folks, so here we go. Today we're going to do, again, the lessons are always geared towards creativity. It's about teaching a little bit of the fretboard so you can expand from what you might already know. Today we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to go over the minor pentatonic, which is also a major pentatonic, because it comes from a major key. We're going to do D minor just for the heck of it. It's all the same. If you learn these blocks in a key, and obviously on your number one block on the low E, starting on the low E string would be here. And you know, this is a transistor amp. It's tube drip powered, but it's a transistor amp. I haven't really spent time. I've only plugged into it a couple times in the past couple months, so I haven't found a killer sound at all. So based on just doing a basic chord thing, I do a lot of, lately I've been doing a lot of two-string things like the root. Very simple stuff, but I've got tons of them. You know, major key, minor key, Mixolydian flavor, all that. So today we're going to do D minor. And again, I got it on nasty, a little bit of nasty gain. Let's see what we got for a delay. Alright, so D minor pentatonic, same as all my videos, I like to present to you all the positions of that particular thing, no matter what it might be. In this case, that's what we're doing. So here's where your number one, there's only 5 positions, because penta means 5, tonic means tones or notes. So with the D minor pentatonic, if you start with the D note, the notes are D, F, G, A, C. By the way, the key is F major also. If I play the D minor pentatonic, but I start with the F note, you'll hear F major. If I play them same notes starting with a D, you got your D minor. Alright, so I like to teach at the lowest point on the fretboard. So the lowest place is an F note. We've got an F in it, so here's an F down here. So let's start there. And we got an F, G, C, D. Alright? I mean, oh, sorry. F, G, A, D. F, G, A, C. Then D. Sorry. God, I got 18 modes and scales going in my brain. I gotta just flush all that down and just keep the D minor. F, G, A, C, D. Now if you go up the whole thing, if you start with the D here, you got, again, the same as here. A D, F, G, A, C, D. So all the notes you can reach in that block would be your F, your G, F, I'm going backwards now, G, F, D, C, A, G, F, D, C, A, G, F. So you got what? All right, so again. So that's the notes you got available at the lowest point. The next block up from there, this is all D minor pentatonic, which is also F major. If I started with F and went to F, you'd hear it. What? Okay? Every minor pentatonic, it comes from a major. And to me, I think of it as 3 frets down. Your minor is 3 frets down from its major. You got C major, 3 frets down is A minor. That's your relative minor. All right, so I don't want to get sidetracked. All right, so the next block up is right here, and I use these fingers, and the reason being, and when I solo, I'll use the stronger fingers. So when I'm going to show you the fingering you should practice these with, to develop and get the baby finger involved somewhat, but when you solo, use the fingers you're the most comfortable with. So this ain't a law. Oh, you got to play them with these fingers. No, it's when you practice them, you should. So I use starting with the middle finger and baby finger, and I go 3rd fret, 5th fret, 3 strings in a row. All right, so then the reason why I use those fingers is so I can do this one, it's so I don't have to move the hand, you know. And again, when you're solo, do whatever fingers works for you. And over here, this kind of pattern shows up in every key. You're going to come to this particular block, no matter what key you do these in, where you got to step over here. Now again, when you're solo, you want to use your stronger finger. But when you practice these blocks, use the other fingers to, you know, get that baby finger a little bit involved. All right, so that's that block. Now the next one up, you start with the A note with the first finger, and you go. And when you practice them, go up and down them enough till you get them under your belt. But also, the most important thing about these is play them slowly. Work to get so that you can play them and all the notes are evenly apart. Not da 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 da. You know, get them so it. All right, and then I would take them once I got them under my belt and do like different counts with them. Now I'm alternate picking, so it doesn't matter whether you start with an up or a down. I start with a down, and so you might start with an up because when you come down, you're already going towards the next string. But I've practiced it both ways, so just alternate. Whatever way you start, just keep alternating. So that's starting with an up, and this is starting with an up. And this is starting with a down. So when you start soloing, and you're going to alternate pick, just work out your riffs, whatever you're going to do, and find out if you want to land on a down, then you got to determine what to start with, you know what I mean? This is just to get them under your belt, you know what I mean? I start with a down and I just go. Alright, and so that's those 3 blocks. Now we get to the 4th block. So actually this one's the 2nd block, that's the shape, you know. Because the first one's, we don't get to it till last right here. And then the 2nd is here, which is the same as this one. The F up here and there's an F here. So the next one up from that, starting with the A, would be starting with the C, and I use the middle finger. This is the 4th pentatonic block. No, the 5th. It's actually the 5th. Yes, because then you come to the 1st. So this is, I call it the sandwich shape. So it's because it's got 1st finger 4th, 1st finger 4th, twice on the 2 middle strings, and then 2nd finger and 4th again on the top 2. Alright, so then now you get to your 1st block. I ain't been playing, so so that's that one. Sat in the flat 5. Alright, so those are your blocks. And then they repeat up here, obviously. What? Up here I don't do the, you know, baby finger thing like I'm doing down here. I just do that to develop it. And sometimes I'll sit and do things like with it, and it doesn't matter what key. All these blocks are the same. Your number 1 block, if you started in an E, will be this shape. You know, and then your 2nd shape would be the same as the one we're actually starting with here with the key of D. What? Now you get the blocks down, and then you want to practice some, start practicing and do them in all of them. Don't find the 2 favorite places. I mean, that's great if you're going to favor certain places, but you should learn to be able to riff in all of them. And I'm going to break the rule on the baby finger thing, because I'm not really going to think about the fingers I'm using now, but because I'm going to kind of do riff things or pattern things. Do things like a 6 count. Do it with a pull-off thing. In all the blocks. And you can pick, that was a pull-off one, but pick them all too. That helps you get the right and the left hand developed. Plus, you'll hear things in these that you might use for it. That kind of thing, you know? And then do the same thing in all of them. So, you know, and again, with the baby finger stuff down here, you want that baby finger to get developed at some level. And again, when I solo, I might, the only time I really use the baby finger a lot when I solo is if I'm starting off with 3 notes on the, maybe up here. You know, like that kind of thing. Kind of thing. So, but I just do that, like use the fingers that I want and play what I want to hear. So you do that with all the blocks. You know, get to where you can walk up and down them like that. Then I also do them in odd counts, like 3 count, 5 count. That's a 5 count, so I'm going down, up, down, up, down. Then I'm doing economy picking right there on that last note. Start with a down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alternate picking. And then I land on a down on that 5th note. Then I start the next 5 notes with another down. I also had practiced it, alternating it on. Then there's another 5 count where you start here and you go down 5. Then start with the 2nd note that you played and do that all the way down. Alright, so there you go. There's your D minor. And then you take things like... Now I'm going into a little bit of modal, but I'm only adding, if I was playing this groove, I would just add this note in my pentatonic. So I'm just adding in one more note to my pentatonic because I want my riffs to really sit on that, whatever I'm doing for chord stuff. I just have one other note. Then you start building and adding to it, but you could get away with just playing the pentatonic over it. Whatever you want to hear. Everything comes down to listening to what stuff sounds like when you practice them and get them under your belt, and then also go by how that it makes you feel. That's how I, with everything, that's what I do, you know. I don't want to go over 20 minutes. I don't even know if I did already. So there you go. D minor pentatonic. And that's why learning all the blocks, so you can do things like that, whatever you want to hear. So that kind of thing. You want to be able to travel all about. You don't want to be locked in. I can do the riff right here and then you're done, and then you got to slide and do another partial thing there. You want to be able to go anywhere you want and play anything you want to hear, knowing where you're going. That's the whole key.